pretty close to the same temperature outside as inside. 59 out, 63 in. It's warmer upstairs. It's Wednesday, April 12th, and we're excited to start the day, as always. At least T-Rex is always excited to start the day. Oh, smells. He's turning around quickly this morning. The flag is turned around. We had a bit of a cold front come through last night. It's made it to about southwestern Connecticut. You can see the sky is more blue, cleaner, colder air up in the sky. How's the wind going to treat me this morning? I'm still in a t-shirt, but you can feel the dew point is down. We had a wind shift last night around midnight, but still this morning at 7 or just before 7, Logan Airport right over there was 63 degrees and Macon, Georgia was 37 degrees. Our old, cold, high pressure system still a little bit cold down to the south. But it's an interesting day. Colder air mass. Summit of Mount Washington this morning, 21 degrees, down from 36 yesterday afternoon. Wind gusted to 108 miles an hour last night. Wow. So we have what's called cold air advection. But with the high April sun and the fact that the wind is from the northwest in Boston, that air comes down the hills and compresses. That causes warming in the atmosphere. So I think we do at least match our 70 plus of yesterday. First 70-degree day of the year for many people yesterday. But the forecast remains complicated. Ryan in Miami says, it feels like a tropical storm out there. There is quite the storm in the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to start coming north. So tomorrow we have a storm coming in through Georgia. It should warm up in Georgia with a lot of rain. And we have a high-pressure system to the north in New England. Now, I think the warm front's going to win, and we're going to warm up again tomorrow, especially inland, back into the 80s. Into the 80s. Some spots in Connecticut may have our first 80 degree of the season today, others likely tomorrow. But in eastern New England, the forecast is definitely more complicated. There's another front coming in from the north on Friday, and the guidance has an abrupt wind shift in Boston in the afternoon, around 1 o'clock, close to 80, but then near 65 a couple hours later. So that's a real tough call. I don't think it's going to spoil our day or anything. Just a challenge to get the high temperature correct. Look at the wind coming across the water here this morning. Where is Rand? It's good kiteboarding weather today, this morning. The wind is going to let up dramatically late in the day. Can we go check the garden? T-Rex, how's it going down there? Grass is turning green before our very eyes. I did put in some peas. Had to do some hand watering. Oh, the wind. The wind. Shouldn't have come down here, huh? What's this thermometer say? We got matches 58 degrees or so. So the peas are doing wonderfully, and I took some more peas and put them in yesterday. Kind of stabbed around like this. But you can see they didn't all go in the holes, so I'll fix that completely today. I did water them a little bit. Yeah. So yesterday I said pea plants, well, pea seeds. That is a pea plant right there from the ones a couple months ago. T-Rex, what do you think? You want to help me do some gardening today? Come on, focus. There it is, focus. Yep, he loves digging in here too. Yeah, so nothing to prevent our spring going forward here. Oh, look at that array. See, I put these ones in more recently, and they're doing a lot better. So it's better to plant your peas in March than in February. That's the lesson we learned on that one. Some serious pruning to do, but again, with one arm, I can't really do much pruning. All right, what about forecasting? Go back over here for the shelter. Sorry about that. The weekend forecast, especially away from the shore, does not look that great. That system coming out of the Gulf of Mexico looks like it wants to hold together now, more intact than it did yesterday. And even though we're technically in a warm air mass, there's going to be high pressure building off to the north and low pressure to the south, so the wind is going to come in off the ocean, and there's a chance, like the GFS first implied, that Boston's only going to be in the 50s this weekend. And we may end up with a decent amount of rain on Sunday. We could really use the rain in southern New England. Of course, we don't really want it on a Sunday. But that's what the guidance is starting to indicate. I think initially the guidance is too cold next couple of days, and we do get into the 80s. Not quite record high in Boston. That's going to be close. I think the record's tomorrow 82 and then 86 on Friday. And the heat did not come come on in the house last night. That's the first time that's happened all season. But we may need to turn the furnaces back on here again by Saturday night and Sunday. And next week does look like there's an upper level low around with probably April showers, no organized storm system. A significant front does come in Sunday night, so we all get some showers from that. But the fact that that tropical moisture is coming up this way, we may end up with more rain than we were thinking before. Okay, kind of back and forth. What is a vernal pool? Everybody knows, right? That's where the salamanders are born in springtime. April usually have vernal pools. T-Rex and I went in search of them where we normally find them at the dog park. They are not there. Hopefully they will be there by this time next week, but we really could use some rain. See ya. Usually there's a vernal pool right there. It's green, but it's certainly not a pool. It's a little bit disturbing. We need some rain, some April showers. Almost looks like a snow sky, but record warmth incoming. Pretty dusty today. Come on, raindrops. Maybe starting Sunday, Monday? Next week could be wet. Where's T-Rex? Watch out for the big dog, T-Rex. I'm standing in the vernal pool. Salamanders aren't gonna like this. I guess we're going up the hill. There's a usually more reliable vernal pool up here. On these buds. Hey buds. Oh. This more reliable vernal pool is also mostly dust. Watch out, Rex. Watch out, Rex. Gonna meet your match here. Hi. They're ganging up on you, Rex. That's the more reliable vernal pool right there. It's also mostly just dust, although it's a little damp. Hopefully next week. Rex is often the aggressor, so it's good this time. It just looks like a snow sky. That maple is budding fast. It was a huge day for Doug. That's a story for another day.
The ultimate team sport. This is the ultimate team this year. And they've proven that throughout the course of history that 133 points is now the benchmark, passing the Montreal Canadiens of 77. They'll have 64 wins after tonight, but I just love the way this team has been constructed from the goal line out. But to continue to build for playoffs, but very proud of the group and how hard we've worked and the way we've come together. It's been a lot of fun to be part of.
Fans are loving that answer. Congratulations. I know there's one more game to go, but congratulations. We'll celebrate with your team. Jack, back to you.
Appreciate it.
63, a very good year. TK was born. Actually, it was a pretty bad year, wasn't it? But
shirts off their backs.
that's how the ball bounces.